Hello.
Happy holidays.
How are you?
Happy holidays.
Hello.
Your shirt,
Merry
by the way.
Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Fellas, congratulations on the album.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very
Why
much.
did it take so long?
It's Howie's fault.
Backstreet time. That's why.
It's
Yeah.
been a bucket list item of ours. We've always wanted to do one, and during COVID, we finally had the time. We couldn't tour, and that's probably the reason why it took so long. We're always touring. An album cycle typically goes like this. Hey guys, want to record an album? Sure.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
We spend a
Yeah.
year recording the album. Then we spend, 5-6 months promoting the album. Then we build a tour. We tour the tour for anywhere from 2 years to sometimes 3 years. And then at the end of that, it's like, hey guys, what do you want to do? And I need some time off. And then it's like, hey guys, what do you want to do next? Hey, let's do an
make a
album.
record.
And then we start it all over again. And so finally we're like, let's make it a priority. And I think the timing worked out perfectly because we're all fathers now. These songs mean more to us now. So when we're in the vocal booth or when we were putting the songs that we wanted to record together, we're thinking of our kids. We're thinking of our fans, their parents now. They have families. And so, yeah, we're very proud and we're glad it's resonating with everyone.
I love it. I don't know if this makes any sense, but Christmas in New York, it doesn't feel like a new song. It feels like I grew up with that
Feels
song.
like you might have
Totally.
heard it before, right?
Yes, and you guys felt that way?
Yes, we call that an instant classic. Actually, the song came from Kevin, a good buddy of ours, Gary Baker, who wrote "Anywhere for You." We've got a long history with this guy, Grammy Award winner. He wrote "I Swear, I Swear." Sorry. By the Christmas balls in the air. No. He sent the song to Kevin. Also sent it to me. Kevin fell in love with it, and it was originally done by a solo guy singing, and it was just kind of missed the mark. It was a beautiful song, but it was missing the mark when it came to Backstreet Boys. And so we took it to our team in the studio. They were able to kind of rearrange it and make it a Backstreet Boys song. But that truly, to answer your question, is an instant classic. It sounds like a Disney feature film, opening of a Disney feature film.
New from Pixar.
Yes.
But it's
yes.
a love letter to New York. at
Yes,
Christmas time.
exactly.
And Christmas in
Which-
New York is magical.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And you captured that on the song, yeah.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. With all these classic Christmas songs you were doing, be honest here. How many of those songs did you have all the lyrics memorized to? Because my toddler son now, he wants me to sing these Christmas songs to him before bedtime. Very humbling. I make up like 80% of the lyrics, and I thought I knew them,
That's
know?
good. Exactly
Well, you know
the-
the songs. Like you
Right,
obviously
yeah.
heard them.
But you
You've
don't
heard
know
the
all the
songs
words.
growing up, but not necessarily knew all the words. I knew for me personally, there was maybe a handful that I knew all the words, but some of them, for example, Same Old Lang Syne, never heard the song in my life, didn't know anything about it, didn't know the words. Now it's one of my favorites on the record. I knew who Dan Fogelberg was, but never heard the actual song. But, now all of our kids are now singing all these songs or singing all the words. But, some of them I think we all collectively had to have the lyric sheets just to be sure.
It's kind of like
You
our
know.
Backstreet songs when we haven't sang them in a while. We don't remember the words. When you look out in the audience and the audience knows the words better than we know it, it's kind of sad, but it's
Sing
kind of
it.
true.
Sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you see the microphone go out to you guys normally
Yeah.
in the show, it's because we probably forgot
Brain,
the words.
brain fart, yeah.
What's the next one?
Tell me, guys, what's the best Christmas gift you've gotten from one of your kids?
Honestly, I got a card that was written, or actually like a picture during the holiday season. It was like, I love you, Daddy, Merry Christmas kind of thing. Like all the kids signed it from school, so that was a good gift.
I think for me, this ID bracelet, on the underside it says Daddy. So my daughters got one for each of them. They got themselves Christmas presents. And then one that says Mommy for Mommy, and then this one says Daddy. So this never leaves my wrist. And yeah, it's really, really sweet.
Love it.
I'll go. Bailey, my son, went on Nike ID and created me some Air Force Ones, like special edition, like from son to dad.
Oh,
So
that's
that
awesome.
was cool.
How old?
He's 20.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
He's 20.
That's cool.
Yeah, Brian's getting good gifts from his son. My son goes shopping at
past
the
all that.
school drive where they
my
do.
God, I was gonna say the same thing.
He brings me like jewelry and it breaks like the first day I wear it. So
Yeah, mine too. I got like
Or
a
it turns like my
Green.
my finger
Yeah.
green.
Yeah. They get like $10 to go at
You get
school.
jaundice for no
So they
reason.
bring you back like I got a coffee mug for Father's Day. It says the world's best farter, FARTER, instead of father.
It's true though.
Hey, that's Nick.
What about the worst gift you've gotten one of your kids? Like I made the mistake of getting my child, and he's still little, just a Grinch stuffy, and he's terrified of the thing. I thought it was cute, but we had to throw it out immediately.
I got this 2 years ago. I got this Weeble Wobble thing. It was like an inflatable thing you could like punch and stuff like that.
Weeble wobbles, they don't fall down.
And they popped it like the first day. They were jumping on it and wrestling it, and it was like one of the ones that was old fashioned, so it was kind of like a retro version or a vintage version, and it did not hold up at all. So
I got both my girls matching outfits, but my oldest daughter has like a sensitivity thing to certain clothing. So she loved it. She put it on, took it right off, and has never worn it since. And her sister still wears hers. And it kind of hurt my feelings. I was like, I really went out of my way to find this one outfit that she really liked online, and then it turns out she can't wear it because it bothers her skin. And I'm like, oh man, dang it. But she's slowly getting through that phase now. She just turned 10, so now she's outgrown it. So it's like, well, dang it.
That happens.
Trying to think.
You're like, all my presents are great.
I pretty much buy awesome gifts. What can I say? No, I did get 1 year for my son because I'm a big Star Wars fan. I got him like a really cool Star Wars X-Wing fighter to build with me. I thought it'd be something we could do together. Yeah, he wasn't into it. Not into it at all. Yeah,
You're just building it by yourself.
Yeah. He's like, that's nice.
Yeah, I let my wife do most of the shopping because she knows what they want. But I can say, I think it was this past, we were doing the residency, or I was actually right before we went back to Vegas to do our little bit of run for the startup back of DNA. Yeah. Actually, we had gotten some goggles in a gift room that we went to. I don't know if you remember. I think AJ and Brian, we went there, and it was the golf thing that your friend hooked us up with. That
Top Golf.
Yeah. And they gave us. I don't know if you guys remember. They gave us these like little goggles that you put your phone in, and it's almost like the.
It's almost like VR.
The Oculus Rift.
Yeah, like VR thing.
Yeah.
Well, because my kids are so into that. Well, first of all, my son busted me. He's like, Dad, are you regifting this to me? He's like, this doesn't seem like something I would be
Of course he
asking
was.
for. I'm like, well, I was going to give it to Brian, but I know he already had it for Christmas. So I'm like, that doesn't work. So
Can you tell if the kids are like genuine Backstreet fans? Do they like go in and out of how much they're into what you guys do and the music you put out?
I think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think all of our kids are fans of the group, of our music. I think sometimes they might get sick of it for a hot second and then they go back to it. Like I've walked into my living room and I've caught my kids recently. I caught my oldest, she was on her phone and she had her AirPods in and I was like, what are you watching? And I walk up and it's bye, bye, bye. I'm like, wow. I took her phone. I'm like, no. No, it's
not
fine.
true. He made that
No. Look, my kids love all types of music. Between my wife and I, like my oldest, one of the first albums that she ever heard was the Beatles' White Album. So she's been a massive fan of all different types of music. And now my youngest is, also kind of catching up. I've got lyric big time into Prince right now, as well as Bowie. So. But they do love the Backstreet Boys. They do love to listen to us.
I would say, if anything, they probably get sick of our music, honestly, when we probably start to record a record. Because that's when we're getting these demos in, we're writing stuff, and so then we're on like
Always playing in the car.
repeat mode. So by the time the album comes, not only are we tired of it, but our families are tired of it too. And they're like, God bless you guys for, listen, we got to give them a break and not listen to it for a while and then come back to it.
My boys appreciate and respect what we do and are fans of their dad and their uncles, but it leveled up this year when we were in Toronto, and I'm out at a restaurant, and the owner's like, "Oh, Drake's here, and he wants to say he'd like to say hello." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." My kids are like, "Who?" And it's because my kids are big Drake fans, and my little one comes back from the bathroom. He's like, "Dad, I saw Drake in the bathroom." I'm like, "Really? What did he say?" And he's like, "Drake said, 'What's up?'" I'm like, and I was like, "What did you say?" I said, "Sup."
I can still see Max.
And then so as we were leaving, I signed a check and we said hey to Drake on the way out, and he told this story about how I Want It That Way like was a big part of his life at his bar mitzvah, and then he's like, "I want to come on stage and announce that song with you guys." So he came on stage with us in Toronto and actually ended up singing with us. So my boys, I leveled up.
Yeah.
Dad is cool now.
That is true. I think for us, now that we're in this situation where other entertainers want to come and say hi to us, like I think for sure my kids, and I'm sure your boys as well, like they're huge gamers. So anytime they get like, "Dad, can you get us somehow or another have Dan TDM come to the concert or whatever?"
Yeah.
Or now that we just got skins on
Roblox.
on Roblox, now we're cool.
Oh,
now
we're
we're
the
definitely
coolest
cool
dads
again.
ever.
Is there anybody else they're like, if you could hook this up, if you could hook up this meet and greet, I would.
Both my girls. So my family got here yesterday, and all they care about is meeting Ava Max and Dove Cameron, and my wife has a big crush on Dua Lipa. But then again, who doesn't? But and I'm like, so a few years back, I got my oldest to go see Taylor, and she got to meet Taylor now twice. So now both my girls think that any concert we go to, that they get to go backstage immediately and meet the artist. I'm like, it doesn't always work
That's a
that way,
negative.
guys. I said, I'm going to try to get you guys to meet these, ladies tomorrow. But again, it's not up to me. So I'm not promising.
My daughter, both my daughters, if they could meet Elsa, that would be great,
Right.
Good luck, buddy.
But I don't know how that's going to happen because they're cartoons,
Before we wrap, guys, I want you to tell me your favorite Backstreet Boys album of all time and why.
Honestly, we talk about the Red album, which isn't really released here in the States. It was the first album that we put out in Europe. And it was, I think it had Quit Playing Games. It had As Long As You Love Me. No.
I want to be with you.
I Want to Be With You. Backstreet's Back was on that.
Nobody but you.
No? What was on that
See,
album?
once again,
a
they know.
very profound song called "Nobody But You" is on
That you sang.
10,000 Promises.
Yeah, so it was like the first incarnation, the first one, and then they rebranded it and put it out in the States as the first record. So
I got to go with Millennium. Song for song. I had a lot to do with Larger Than Life. It has some stuff to do with I'll Be the One. I wrote and produced The Perfect Fan for my mom. So that record, just song for song, top notch. Also because it was technically our second album in the U.S., and everybody was in the press world was talking about, when you come out with a record and you blow up, they call it the sophomore slump. Right. The second record goes, yay! Well, that didn't happen. We put together Millennium, and Millennium just kept getting bigger and bigger. Yeah. And it's a lot to attribute to the fans and just our journey together. And I'm proud of where we've come. I'm proud of where we are 30 years later. And Millennium was our best work. So hopefully this Christmas album will stand the test of time.
I'd say for me, it's probably the album right after that one, the Black and Blue.
That's my favorite.
I think it's just, and I think a lot of it was because it was the timing in my life when that record came out. I think we were all just at a really great place with each other. I know that actually for me, that was the tour that we met my wife. Well, besides AJ.
Yeah, I was not in a good place back then.
We
Let's
were
just
there
say
for
that.
AJ. We were there for AJ
Yeah.
at least. But I think that album, we all had a chance to do a lot of writing on it. It's probably one of the albums that has the most songs that written by collectively 5 of us, either as a group or individually. And like I say, it caught me at a great place in the timing of my life.
For me, I'd say Never Gone is one that I've been listening to a lot lately with my family. I just love that was the first departure for us from a lot of the electronic, sounds and like synths and electronic drums, and it was more stripped down, more organic, a little bit even more rock leaning with songs like Poster Girl and Was Incomplete on that record? It was, right? Yeah, Incomplete. So, that to me was just I don't know. There's a lot of songs on that record that were never singles that I think we as a group wished were singles. But that's up there for me.
Kev?
Pride Millennium. Yep. Or this Christmas album.
I think with
That's a good one. Yeah.
I think with Millennium, going back to what you were saying, after that it was kind of like, well, this was just massive. So where do they go from here? And then with the third album, I was like, wow, the growth and everything so
We did
solid.
stadiums with that one.
Yeah.
We did internationally. We did.